The Angry Video Game Nerd, the video game. Now, I know this is covering the deluxe version, but I'll be focusing on the first portion of the game. Now, I will cover in the second game as soon as I can, as I never played the second one, but I have played the first one years back. Now, this is being played in the deluxe version, as in the remaster version of the original game. Now, the deluxe version comes with both Angry Video Game Nerd games, and is available on consoles. Now, for this one, it has a brand new engine, new difficulty levels, some enhancements being made to the game, etc, etc. You also get to play some other different characters besides the nerd. But yeah, there's not that many characters to play as, but this game is a fun trip to play. Now, this is all in a retrospective game, as, well, it's not just retrospective to be exact, but it's also a harder game than you all would think. Now, the main plot of the game is that you guys are just hanging around, just doing some video games, then all of a sudden, the game just decides to capture you, and brings you into the television, in which means you're in a video game. Yep, and your only way out is to defeat some enemies and bosses and everything else. Yeah. So there are some collectibles to be found in this game. So this game happens to have some cartridges in the name of nerd. But you have to collect all 4 of the letters to complete the word nerd. You also can find this pickle that's very hidden in these levels. Now, the game has been published by Screw Attack, who also had made one previous game before making this one. For this game, it is very difficult. Like, doesn't matter what difficulty you play, it is hard. These levels are hard, and this was meant to be hard. Most of these levels happens to be from all the ideas from the Angry Video Game Nerds videos. And there is a lot of cameos and some hidden gems of like what ideas these are referring to. But if you guys want to know, either watch the episodes of the nerd or, you know, find out yourself what I'm talking about. So this game also has some power-ups as well. You get the keg, which fills up 3 of your bottles of beer. And also you have the glitch gremlin, which, well, pauses the game, like glitches the game out. And you gotta do it in the right moment, otherwise, well, you might get hurt. You just can't go through enemies, unfortunately. But it's fine. My favorite part of the game is like you can just kill Santa Claus and then you can ride him like using a sled. But yeah, each level has all different variants of challenges. One is like it's too dark to see, the other one is too happy, or we ain't gonna talk about that game. But yeah, they also have some catchy music too, which is actually pretty cool. In which, I gotta say, it has one of the best soundtracks out there. Now I know most YouTube games like they're just they could be terrible, they could be a flop, but this isn't a flop actually. This is a great game to play. You could also use a controller if you guys do play it on PC, but that's up to you. But again, this game deluxe is available on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. And it's not that expensive to get it. It's only 2 games. Plus, the deluxe version has a new chapter. But the only way to get it is if you beat both games, and that's it. I may actually cover the final chapter if I can. Good luck with that, because this game is freaking difficult. Doesn't matter like what difficulty you play, it's the same thing over and over. But yeah, it's pretty insane. Like, they have this old school retrospective difficulty, or they have this permadeath one. Die once, the game is over. Yeah, there has been some difficulties like that in some of the past games, like Fallout New Vegas and Minecraft. You also have to use all other power-ups, which you have the Super Scope, which actually does a ton of damage, which it's like an instant death to some of these dudes. But yeah, your main weapon is the Nintendo Entertainment System Zapper, and you're basically shooting enemies. You can also find a lot of cameos in this game, like I said before, besides the Angry Video Game Nerd stuff. So go see if you guys can find those ones. So yeah, you have these toasters, which also has to be a checkpoint, which I'm pretty sure they're just that Nintendo Entertainment System version of the toaster. Like, that's actually pretty funny. But your only way to fill up your health is if you get these beer bottles. Yeah, I'm not joking. Beer bottles. You also have these challenging bosses and such too. There's one where you have to like you do a shoot 'em up one, and there's like one where you have to like, you know, be careful and everything. But yeah, this game is pretty crazy, to say the least. And the way they put these collectible items, it's so hard and frustrating to reach. It's that hard of a freaking game. Like, you really have to be careful. And there's certain parts of the game, like, there are some places where you can't even take your time and effort. Like, that is how hard this game is, no matter what. Like, it is one of the craziest games I've played, and I still haven't beaten it yet. I am coming close, though. Let's just say that. But this game is pretty fun and memorable, which is a good thing. I don't know if anyone else will be recommending this game to you guys, but hey, if you guys want a challenge, this game is for you. Also, the AVGN episode has been dedicated to all the other AVGN games that have been made. Not just like this game, but other games that were made beforehand. And that's actually pretty cool how they just paid tribute to it. The AVGN series also had its own adaptive movie, which did actually great. And the crazy thing is that they don't even use like freaking CGI effects and everything. Like, if you guys watch behind the scenes footage of the everything, you guys will know what I'm talking about. Like, that is crazy. They've used real life effects and not some cheap CGI garbage that nobody even likes. But yeah, this game does have a ton of challenge, and you guys can find these hidden characters. See if you can find them all. See if you can find all the collectibles too, to make the game experience more great. But again, it's pretty crazy how a game like this can be a success than like a failure. Because, you know, some YouTuber games can be a failure, but this isn't a failure at all. It's like more of a success, and it's getting positive reception. Now, if you guys excuse me, I gotta go and do the sequel soon enough. So yeah, if you guys want a challenge, this is the game for you.